This is a presentation of Chippewa Valley Community Television.
Well, hello there. I'm Michelle Balas for Community Television, and we are clearly at Chalkfest 2013. This has become an annual event and a wonderful place for local artists to converge and create some temporary art. It's also a wonderful festival and opportunity for lots of folks in Eau Claire and the surrounding regions to come down and look at people's art. Kind of a lot of pros and a lot of amateurs. It's just a wonderful event here. So we're going to spend some time here taking a look at Chalkfest and talk to lots of folks, and hopefully you'll get a good taste of what it's about. Let's go. We got to talk to an artist here and his model. This is Fred Sklenar and Annette Hennekins. And how long have you been doing Chalkfest, Fred?
I believe this is my 5th year.
And do you choose a model every year?
No, I typically have a music theme every single year. So each year I try to do something different. This is the first year I have a model.
And I noticed that you are wearing gear. You are clearly experienced in this.
You bet. You got to come prepared and be ready for a long day. So it's a fun day, too.
How is the day shaping up for you?
So far, so good. The weather is just absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of people here, and the model's doing a great job. And so the art is starting to come together. I was a little questioning where I was going and how I was going to get there, but it's on its way, and I'm doing well so far. So. Well,
Annette, is this your first Art Fest?
No, I was here last year with Fred watching.
Didn't have to be quite so stationary, huh?
Right, yeah.
Do you like Chalkfest too?
I do, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm also creative, so I can appreciate all the creative energy going on here today.
You don't give him any tips?
No.
Very good model.
Hey, Fred, you're putting a few extra wrinkles in there, my smile's a little whatever.
No, I know he's going to do a great job.
So, what motivates you to write on the sidewalk?
Just an opportunity to get out. I'm creative. I'm a musician. I'm an artist by day, and business, commercial art. So for me to get out and have some fun in the sun and get to appreciate, and there's a lot of great artists here, and it's great to walk around and see what they're doing, and just a great day to be out in Eau Claire and like that.
Absolutely. Well, we're really glad you're here, and we'll watch the progress of your art. Thanks a lot, you two. I'm here with Trey Johnson, one of the many artists at Chalkfest. So, Trey, how many Chalkfests have you done?
This is my 3rd.
And do you choose a similar theme?
Not really. It just kind of differs each year.
Anything in particular motivate you for this particular one?
A lot of tattoo art, actually. which kind of was the inspiration for this.
And so you said you've done this 3 times before, or 2 times before. How do you compare this art fest? It seems like there's a lot more artists.
Yeah, each year it just keeps getting bigger and more people and artists are showing up every year. So,
how long have you been working with your art?
about 3 or 4 hours today.
Well, you've got a neat drawing there, and I can see you got a lot of work to do. I appreciate you talking to us.
Thanks.
I'm down here in the chalk with HARLEY GORMAN and ELEA AGUIAR. HARLEY is apparently the artist and ELEA is apparently the assistant. So, how many chalk fests have you done?
This is my first one because I'm actually from Florida.
Cool. What inspired you to come right on the sidewalk?
One of our friends at work told me about it, and she knows I go to school for fine arts, so she thought it would be something that I would really enjoy. So I decided to come.
And are you enjoying?
Of course.
And are you a local resident, dearie?
Actually from Brazil, but I live in Alma, Wisconsin, and I work on a winery on Papin.
How many chalk fests have you been around?
This is my first one with her.
Pretty cool for Eau Claire, huh?
Definitely.
Well, we're going to be watching your progress. What kind of a theme are you working with?
This is one of my favorite video game arts. It's called Transistor. It hasn't come out yet, and the other one that I'm going to be drawing besides it is Bastion, and they're really, really fun games, so if nobody knows about them, they should definitely check that out. But yeah, it's just kind of a watercolor on chalk.
And ELEA, you're just taking instruction, or do you get any creative license here?
I'm just doing what she says for now.
Just wanted to come and be part?
Yes, definitely.
Well, we're glad the two of you are here. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Be on camera? Doing what? Oh, just talking about what do you think of Art Fest and what do you...
I'm okay.
That's okay. We're just talking to public, having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am here with a bunch of folks who are enjoying a bit of ice cream at Chalkfest. This is Julian Lepp. Hi, what do you think?
Well, we're enjoying the art. Got to see a Boba Fett, a Dalek, and some other creative artwork.
How's the ice cream?
Ice cream's good, and perfect weather, nice windy.
Terrific. And how about you? What are you thinking of the art that you're seeing?
Loving it. We moved up here about 3 years ago, and we've loved the Chalk Fest every year. So, and Kieran got to do some himself over in the kids area.
Cool. We'll talk to Kieran. Hi, Kieran. So you've been to Chalkfest a couple of times, and you got to do some work over there.
Mhm.
What were you doing?
I was drawing this made-up creature that I made up. It's called a Tanthe.
Very cool. So that's over in the kids area. Do you think you're going to be here all day?
No, I'm already finished.
What flavor ice cream you got?
A mint chocolate chip.
Yum. And this is Bob Libby. You're traveling these days.
Yes, I'm visiting from North Carolina, and as an artist, I'm enjoying. I think it's great to encourage creativity, especially a lot of young people here, as well as oldsters, and I think it's wonderful you have this in your community here.
You don't want to grab some chalk and get down on your knees too?
Yeah, the temptation's there.
It sure is. Maybe when you go back to North Carolina, you'll start decorating?
Yeah, right.
But it's a fun activity, isn't it? Yes. And good ice cream?
Good ice cream.
I'm here with Nick Meyer, who's both a publisher of Volume 1 and organizer of this wonderful event. So, Nick, how many times have we been doing this now?
We've been doing this since 2008, so we're a few years into it now, and this is probably the nicest weather we've ever had for it this year. There was no rain the first year, but it was very, very hot. And then every year since then, we've been plagued by some form of moisture, either before the event or in the middle of the event or immediately after, so we're happy with it this year.
So this is the postcard weather. It's certainly a gorgeous day. We've had a nice weekend. Looks like it's relatively early, but there's already a nice crowd coming. Do you have an idea of how many folks come to this event?
We generally assume there's about 5,000 people at least that come throughout the day. It's a little bit different this year because of the changes in Summerfest with the downtown construction. So we're a little bit more on our own during the day this year, but we have well over 100 artists here, and all of their friends and families come down, of course, and then thousands of people from throughout the community come to check it out on and off throughout the day, because what's fun is to come and see the artwork early and see how it's coming, and then come back later on and see it as it's getting completed, and you can really get the full effect of the whole event that way.
Absolutely. How much work is it to get and organize this kind of an event?
Well, any kind of outdoor event is always a lot of work, and there's a lot of planning that goes on with it. We've got it down to a science a little bit now, after doing it for so many years. Part of the hardest part before was always people would register and say, yeah, I want a space about this size, and we'd have to figure out where to place everyone. But a couple of years ago, we introduced a system online that everyone can pick their own spaces, and they know what they're getting as far as size and shape, and whether they're in the shade or partial shade or sun. So we kind of put that into the hands of the artists, and it's kind of automatic for us in that way. But of course, there's a lot to set up, a lot of organizing, a lot of advertising and stuff to make sure people are aware. But it's a fun kind of work. So.
Absolutely, that's kind of what Volume 1 is about. Kind of art and fun and joyful noise, it seems. You've got some events planned for later today?
Well, yeah, there's the chalking, of course, that goes on all day. We also do some fun stuff. We've got a couple of big upright chalkboards that the artists kind of take some breaks, and they do what we call chalk-off artist duels. So they'll do some timed blindfolded self-portraits or crazy still life things, and the audience kind of gathers and cheers.
We're starting off with something hard. It is a child's watering can.
So those kind of go on and off throughout the day, and then the audience can vote on the Audience Choice Award. And we also have a jury that comes in later and picks some winners, and we have the awards and stuff at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so looks like we're going to have a nice day the whole day. No rain in the middle. You said over 100 artists, and of course friends and family. How does this particular Chalkfest event look like it's comparing to the others?
Sure. We have more artists than we've ever had before, more squares accounted for. Well, we've set out about 110 or so squares. There's certainly more sidewalk than that, but we need room for people to kind of get through and get around. And so there's quite a few more squares, but we always set aside about 110, and we have over 100 of those reserved. So we're kind of very close to our capacity as it's been set out now. So more artists than ever, so we're excited to see what they turn out.
And probably more visitors than ever, perhaps, to the artists' families and friends coming and looking.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. The artists are very well supported. I mean, the appreciation on behalf of this audience is enormous. We talk on microphone and we ask people to show their appreciation for the artists, and the crowd just roars because people are really impressed with what all these people of all ages can do in all sorts of different styles and sizes. So the artists are very well supported here.
Absolutely. Do you have a sense of how far and wide or the artists come from, or is it mostly local?
It's mostly local. I mean, the probably 75% of them or so are from Eau Claire, Menominee, Chippewa Falls sort of area. But we do have, we've had artists in the past that come up from Chicago, Milwaukee. We have some from St. Paul this year. There's actually someone who registered from Colorado. I'm not sure why they're in town or what's going on, but we have that. A lot from up north, like Rice Lake, Chautauqua, places like that. So they're coming from all around the western Wisconsin area for sure.
It's a fun place to be and a nice hub. Well, we really appreciate the organizing work you've done, and it's just great. Thanks an awful lot, Nick.
Yeah, thank you.
So, how you coming with your project?
It's going pretty well. We got kind of a late start, but it's coming along, and the background's still coming together. That's the hardest part, but it's getting there.
Have you been to other Chalkfests?
Yes. How long have we been doing this? It's my 4th year doing it, and your second? I think it's about second, maybe third. I don't remember.
And how do you agree on your work?
It took a little bit to agree on this one, but we both really like Doctor Who and decided it was something we could tackle. So it's kind of harder because it's based off of Van Gogh's Starry Night, and it's really hard to get all of his brush strokes in there with chalk. So it's fun though. It's a nice challenge.
And that's really what it's all about, huh? How do you compare this Chalkfest to past ones?
I think it gets bigger every year, and this is definitely the biggest one yet. And I don't know, I haven't had much of a chance to walk around, but it looks like a really good year this time. I agree.
So, at least it's not so beastly hot as it's been in the years past.
And it looks like there's not going to be any rain, hopefully. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. Well, I will let you get back to it. Thank you an awful lot for talking to us.
Yeah, I am. I'm a Chalkfest roadie, a dad, and with the Doctor Who Chalk team here of my 2 daughters. So, yep, Chalkfest roadies, they bring pop and refreshments, and they do chalk runs to the store and make sure everything's supplied well.
And so far, so good?
So far, so good, yeah. And we love to also walk around, see works in progress, and it's fun to see all the artists who work. It's like an art museum, only you get to watch the progression.
Absolutely.
And it only lasts for a day or so, or depending on the weather and the rain, and then it's gone.
But it's one of our gems here in Eau Claire.
That's right. It's absolutely a gem right here in the heart of Eau Claire.
You guys Eau Clairians?
Yes, we are.
And have you been the roadie throughout their career?
Right, actually since the first Chalkfest. Yeah, these girls have been here every year. They collect the shirts, they take pictures every year, put them on Facebook and share them with their friends, so it's a highlight of the summer.
And what else are you going to do, right?
After collapse, tonight at home, we'll be sunburnt and very tired.
But at least the weather's a little more moderate this year, not beastly heat and not threatening a rain.
That's right, that's right. Although we did learn from past years to always have the plastic tarp handy.
Always helps, the experience shows, huh?
Right, that's right.
Is this our autumn teal? How many Chalkfests have you done?
This is my second year. Was out here last year as well, and got some inspiration last year that kind of inspired this piece.
Tell me about the piece.
What this is it's 2 characters from a recent video game, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and they represent the sides of good and evil as kind of a fairy and a demon, and then splitting the 2 of them as similar characters along the crack in the sidewalk.
Were you happy for the crack?
Yeah, I was actually out here quite a few weeks ago scouting out this spot so I can make sure I had what I needed to work with this.
So you actually wanted the crack and planned that in your piece?
Yes, I did, which is probably easier than you would think because, well, most people will try to avoid it.
Absolutely. So you have kind of been scientific about your program. It's not just throwing art out or chalk out there.
Yeah, I was out here, 6 o'clock this morning, getting measuring everything out and making sure everything would line up.
So, what do you think about the atmosphere this year?
Oh, it's a great crowd. Lots of people coming by, just enjoying the art, and a lot of other fun things going on here as well.
Absolutely. You think you'll keep this up next year?
I plan on it.
I've run into a couple of folks from out of town, so it speaks. We got Peter Shannon and Esther Goddard, and I know I'm saying that not the way they might, because they're from out of the country. You've come a long way to get here, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I've came from Ireland, so I have.
Yep. And I've come from New Zealand.
So they're bit out of towners. Is it safe to say this is your first Chalkfest?
This is my first Chalkfest. Originally, I thought it was actually Chocolate Fest, but yeah, it's pretty cool, so it is.
But this is okay?
This is brilliant. Yeah, it's living up to what I thought it was going to be.
What are you thinking, Esther?
Oh, I just think it's a great atmosphere. You know, the community's all involved. It's really good. I'm loving it.
So you're in town getting positions for the summer, and you just happen to into Eau Claire, or you check Eau Claire out often because we have fun things going on?
Oh, well, one of her staff, or camp director, or program organizer, she actually lives here and goes to college. So there's about 6 of us. We're down visiting. So she lives about 10 minutes out of town, and we needed something to do, so we came to Chalkfest.
Absolutely.
And I'm the same because I came with Peter. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad you're here. We hope you enjoy it, and maybe you'll come back next year.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all. Things are winding down a little bit, so what do you think this year?
Quite the community event. They've really thrown quite the event together today, and hats off to Volume 1 for another successful outing.
This is my first official time, and it's awesome. It's amazing.
Did you ever imagine such a colorful thing going on?
Not really. I'm really impressed. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of cool different variations of masterpieces on the sidewalk.
So you've been to several, huh?
Yeah, this is my second one. The last one was a couple years ago. But yeah, it seems to have grown nicely from the last time I was here. A much bigger event than, I think it was 4 years ago was the last time I was here for it. So yeah.
You weren't here during the rain one?
No, missed that one. Yeah, what a pity, right?
Well, we've had the best break for weather too, haven't we? So are you just starting your stroll through, or have you been here for a while?
We just got here. We checked out this one section of sidewalk over here, and we're working our way towards the other sections.
There's over 100 artists here. You think you'll get a look at them all?
Yeah, definitely. I want to see all of them. That's why I'm here. I want to see the kids around the outside too.
Yeah, that's so much fun too.
The up and coming artists.
You're saying maybe you want to do it someday?
Yeah, maybe I'll start with the perimeter kids area and work my way up.
Well, we're glad to stop and say hi and have a nice stroll.
Yeah, you guys as well. Have a good one.
Okay, Chalkfest is beginning to wind down, and the judges have arrived on site. And this is one of the judges, Ben Richgruber. So, what's it like to be a Chalkfest judge? Apparently you've done this before.
I have. I've done this a couple of years now, and it's always a good time. It's exciting. There are really great pieces out there, and a lot of them are done by all ages of people, too. So there are some kids out there that really do some phenomenal pieces. So it's just great to see all of the different work.
And do you find it terribly difficult, very angsty, or just fun?
There's some angst involved. I mean, these people are putting a lot of hours into this. You know, they want some recognition. We want to make sure we can give it to them.
So it's a lot of fun, and you can see the public has just turned out. It's a great day.
Oh,
no rain.
No rain. The first time in how many years, and there's no rain. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. And how long does it take for you to judge? And do you use certain criteria when you're judging, or just gut?
Well, a lot of it's just kind of gut. How are we feeling? You know, some of the pieces really have good design, and you know, the execution is something we look at, but really just kind of the overall theme and how's it look. You know, if they had 8 hours today to crank it out, what did they do with that 8 hours? Could they have done more? But really, you just kind of look at it and say, that's good. Yeah. You know, there isn't a very strict guideline that we follow.
I suppose the festival, it's a festival atmosphere, so it's kind of, you know, we're not talking about millions of dollars anyway. We're just trying to have fun and give some recognition.
Exactly, exactly. They put a lot of good work into it. We want to give them a pat on the back. Someone just gets a little bigger pat on the back, I suppose.
Do you think you recognize work year to year?
There are quite a few artists that return, and it's great to see. You can see their theme and what they do, and a lot of them will pick a design element and use that every year. So it's fun to watch them grow.
Well, I'm awful glad that you spoke to us, and I know you got a lot of art to judge somehow, and have a good time.
Thank you very much.
So, it's late afternoon, and Chalkfest is beginning to wind down. The judges will be here pretty soon, and I don't know if anybody can really pass judgment on the work that's been done here. It's an awful lot of fun, and I think most people would, as you've heard from our interviews, have judged this a good event. But there will be some winners, and I think everybody that's participated really is a winner, and especially the region. And art in general is alive and well in our community. So for Chippewa Valley Community TV and Valley Talk, this is Michelle Balas signing off.
This program was recorded and presented by Chippewa Valley Community Television. Chippewa Valley Community Television is made possible by continuing community support. If you would like to volunteer or make a donation, you can contact us by calling 715-839-5067 or on the web at www.cbctv.org.